It is I, Augustine Moriar, coming at you from a very cold outside when it was actually 60 something the other day. Big flu season. Guys, watch out. Take your vitamin C's, vitamin B6, B12. Lots of Vicks, vapor rub. Yeah, seasons, man. They come and they go. Wintertime, for once, actually went by very quick for me in this household. But I guess when you're staying busy, man, time just flies on by. Anyways, I'm making this video to say, basically, I really have and really do appreciate everybody who has supported me and my efforts in the Abysmal Serpent. I am first and foremost a Satanist and a black witch. Now, what does that mean? I live by the rules of fuck you, get out of my face. If you're going to want to fight, I'm going to take you out. I like to live indulgently, be it sex, food, drugs, whatever. Just have a fucking moral compass about it. Yeah, so times have been a little rough for me. I've been dealing with some depressional issues, and I have bad anxiety, so I got to see somebody for that. So things haven't been really moving in the Serpent like I wanted to. Every time I bring on a high priestess, they don't last. And so I guess I'm going to have to start doing this all alone again, by myself. I just hope that you guys appreciate this work. I do this work for free. I don't charge anybody. I live a decently moderate life. I was pouring from the streets 20-some years ago. Today I live comfortably because I dug my own way out of the shithole. That's where the bottom of the clip top actually is. It's in the bottom of the well. It's in the bottom of the well. It is the roots deep within the earth. It is grounding. So yeah. Always remember that we come from darkness to the light, but once we reach the light, what does it do for us? Well, it gives us the ability to see life in its radiant colors. But then when nighttime comes, it's the negative colors of darkness. And that's where we dwell. I guess you could call us night breeds. Because we breed in the darkness. We breed our satanic energies and our satanic magics, and everything comes from the darkness for us. For we don't just call upon the flames of hell, we call upon the black flame of the unholy Father's unholy Spirit. And it is with that we take within ourselves, for we are the temples. We are the temples for the divine, be it angels, gods, demons, and devils. We're all temples, and once we agree and that we swear to the path, that's when the dedication really needs to come forth. That's when the work really needs to start being done. Once you say, okay, Satan, I vow myself to you and to the great works of the devil. Once you've made that commitment, man, you need to really bear down and, say you want to learn a system. Let's say it's necromancy, right? Well, we all know that basically necromancy is raising the dead to speak to the dead about past, future, and the right now. They want to know questions. People do this to raise spirits, to have them tell them where hidden treasures are at, or they send these spirits that spy on their enemies. Now, using necromancy for spells is about as powerful as voodoo, really. was like honoring the ancestor and doing the magic at the same time. Um, this is like in stages, man. You go to the graveyard and you wait till it's midnight. Take a little bit of the dirt and put it in a jar. Put a lid on the jar. Set that aside. Set up your ritual circles. Have your incantations ready, and do the magic and see what happens. Does the spirit come forth then? Does it come in your dreams? Are you walking through the house and all of a sudden you see someone standing there, but when you turn to look, they're not there? That's how you know when you get your answers. And that, and of course, you'll hear about your target, whoever you curse. Trust me, you'll hear it. Like a year and a half ago, I did a hexing for a friend of mine. I actually have it recorded, and I played it within the serpent before. Woman asked me for a spell to protect her friend from her violent other half, and I was like, "Do you really want me to hex him?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah." Now she had known me for a few years, like back in 2017 to 2020. And that's when I quit having Augustine Moriard page, and then I came back and she found me, and she's a real cool person, but a little flaky and hot. But yeah, so I did this hex, and I didn't hear from her for like a week after I did the hex, and finally one day I texted her and was like, "Hey man, what's up? How come I haven't heard from you? What's going on?" A couple hours go by, she texts me back. She says, "Yeah, honey, I can't talk to you anymore. The hex worked. The guy's in a mental hospital right now." And then she blocked me. Why? Don't ask me for a hex, man, and that damn thing come through, and then you get all freaked out, It's like, and you call yourself a demoness. Give me a break. I guess people just like to think they're doing something, but when it actually happens, they don't know what the fuck to do, right? Oh, I'm probably gonna have to take this one on YouTube. So, got a lot of good people in the Serpent, got a lot of good people in the new page, the ancestral magic page I got up. Seems to be doing all right. But yo, people, you gotta talk. You gotta say stuff. You gotta bring questions, and then answer questions for other people if you feel that's appropriate. And because we can dress like the dark wizard and dark lords of our dreams and dark princesses and Liliths, and we can dress it up, we can feel it up, but we know who the real players are when it comes time to play. But just getting those players together is pretty hard when you're really wanting to do a ritual. So far in here on Facebook, since I've come back, almost 3 years ago, I would do rituals, and I would do full moon masses, and I would do regular small rituals. I've done rituals with 3 people in private so far. Gotten a lot of requests for hexes and spells and whatnot. But, it's what I love to do. It's what I love to give. And me teaching you guys gives me practice and makes me better. And hopefully I can help you become better if you just stick to the work. We have to see everything through. You can't just say we're going to do something and not do it. And that goes for anything in life. Like I said in my first book, if you sit in a car and you try to imagine it starting, and that just by your imagination alone, you're going to start that car and you're going to drive away, and That's not how, it's not how it works. You got to actually turn the key, put your foot on the gas, start the damn thing, and then you got to know how to put it in gear, press the gas, and go somewhere. That's the only way you're going to go somewhere is if you do the work. You got to start the car. Can't just think about it. I don't care what all those brainiacs say about magic. Just thinking about it doesn't put it in its full potential. You do the ritual, you meditate on it, meditate on your desires, your wants, and then literally see and feel and tell yourself, this is a missile. This is going to my target. Boom. That's how, that's where just thinking it comes into play, is the after effect. You do the ritual, you do the motions, you do the callings, you put the energy into it. You have your symbols, you have your altar, you have your shit burning, you have everything going. You got, all this physical movement, of making the stars, putting the magic words, yahi-vahi, into them, creating your circle, and, then grounding yourself, and then moving on to doing your ritual that you hopefully have written down step by step and clear to read. And, yeah, man, doing everything builds up the imagination. It builds up the power by doing everything. And then you do the spell, you conjure the demon, you give it your intent, you give it your sacrifice, you cast it out into the world to do your bidding. And that's where I think I'm just going to cut this off. I've been rambling on for too long. If you got to learn the basics, learn the basics. You can't start playing Beethoven on a piano without first being able to play Beethoven, right? As some of you know, I do play piano, but I don't play Beethoven. I play about that much Bach. Everything else I just wrote myself. So yeah, put it into actual physical manifestation. That's what the tree of life is. There's nothing up here, and then you have an idea, boop, and that's where the idea comes down through the Ein Sof and Ein Sof 4, which means it comes from nothing, then through your imagination into your mind, and then basically you're going to create whatever it is you're going to create. You're going to draw the blueprints up, you're going to get the saws, you're going to get everything you need to physically prepare what's in your mind. So after you design everything, you brought it from your mind to the table. Now you're halfway through the tree. You've kind of been on both sides, severity and harmony, I guess. And as you're coming down with this idea and you're building it and everything's coming around, you're fine-tuning it and sanding it until all of a sudden it comes from nothing and it becomes this fucking thing. That's kind of what magic is, and that's how the tree of life works, from the top of the tree to the bottom. And then in mysticism, especially the Golden Dawn, they want you to work up from the bottom to the top, from physical reality to spiritual reality. And I just think that it's easier to explain it as sitting here, got an idea, and it's the first burst of creation, and then it goes through all the steps. So yeah, I'm going to get off here now. I appreciate you guys listening, whoever listened. Come and find us at the Coven of the Abysmal Serpent, Satanic Coven of the Abysmal Serpent, on Facebook. And then you can find me, Augustine Moriar, on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. So come find me. Let's talk. Let's do some ritual. Let's raise some hell. What do you say? Hail Satan. Hail you. Forever and ever. Never lose sight of who you are. Hail Satan. Hail Satan. Hail Satan.